Put your hands and feet on the right. Those doors are going to be sliding shut here in just a second. Don't want to get any fingers or toes caught there. All right, you guys are now stuck with me for the next 2 weeks. Everybody, please stay seated for me at all times. And as we say here at Harambe, Twin Day means let's go. We'll see you in 2-8. Jumbo, everybody. My name is Randy, and I'll be your safari driver for the next 2 weeks as we travel through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, everyone, once again, I do have one very important rule, and that is that you please remain seated at all times for me. If you're going to be taking pictures or video, and please hold on very tightly to your cameras. It's going to get bumpy out there, folks, and I'm not going to be able to stop and pick up anything that falls out of the truck. If that happens, you raise your hand, and I'll raise mine, and we'll wave goodbye to it as we drive off. You might also want to turn those cameras to sport or action mode. That will help you take a faster photo of the animal. You're not going to be able to stop this truck at any time, so make sure you have those cameras out and ready. I do apologize a little bit for my voice. Giving me a little problems this morning. Let me know if anytime if you can't hear me. Try and go a little louder, but are we good right now? You ready to hear me good? Okay, no problem. Up above your heads are some game spotting guides. Those will help you identify some of the animals out there. Can't guarantee we'll see all those animals up there, but we usually have pretty good luck. Airborne Patrol, this is simple. One, do you copy? No worries, everybody. It might just be a little bit out of radio range. She could be trying to patrol right now. We'll try and contact them a little later. In the meantime, really quick on the left, just I want you to get a good look at them. Those are these are bongos here on the left. Both males and females have the brush. They're pretty shy. In fact, we like to call them the ghosts of the forest. You don't see them too often. Very cool. There we go. On the right-hand side, those are Okapis. Now, don't let those black and white stripes fool you. They're not at all related to zebras. In fact, they are the closest living relative to a giraffe. They're pretty shy. They weren't even discovered by the Western world until 1901. Very rare animals. Here on the left-hand side, this is a watering hole. It's a great place to see some of the rarer and more endangered species of Africa, like maybe some black rhinos. We keep our eyes open. Now, sadly, they are almost extinct in the wild. There's only about 4,200 left. They have been poached for their horns. There's one there, and there's one laying down way back there, but next to the cliff, way back on the left. But there is one really close right up on the other side of these logs, folks. Now, they are smaller, but more aggressive than white rhinos. A full-grown male will weigh about 3,000 pounds. They have very thick skin and can charge at speeds of about 30 miles an hour. He's definitely not his best side, but not his best side. Works. When they're laying down on the right, you can see a light tan antelope back there hiding behind some of the brushes, laying down very hard to spot. It's a greater kudu. It is the second largest antelope in Africa. Full-grown male will weigh about 750 pounds. I believe that was a female, however. I didn't see any horns, and males usually have horns. Alright, now we are heading into the Safi River Valley. It is home to one of Africa's most famous residents, the Nile hippo. Folks, the river's going to start right on the right-hand side, then it's going to curve around to the left. So if you don't see any hippos on the right-hand side, if you're having trouble, just stay seated for me, don't worry. We'll probably see some on the left as we do come around the corner. Now, hippos are pretty big. There's two in the water right there. And on the other side of that log submerged there. A calf, when it's born, weighs about 85 pounds. A full-grown male will tip the scales at about 5,000 pounds. So they do have a lot of growing to it there. Now, because of that, large size hippos tend to stay submerged under the water for most of the day, where it might look like they're swimming. However, they usually are not. They're walking on the shallow river bottom. Look behind the island on the left, everybody. You see some more back there. And those hippos can swim, don't get me wrong, but not very well. So hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. That blackbird there on the nest is a white-breasted cormorant. It actually lacks the essential oils in its feathers to keep it dry. So whenever it gets out of the water, it has to air dry by flapping its feathers before it can fly away. Lots of hippos right there.
You see all those hippos? You see those hippos in the water?
Those big white pelicans are pink-backed pelicans. Pretty cool. They actually work together and herd fish to the shallows of the water, where they do feed on them there. Hey, babe. Oh, no, this bridge is pretty scary. real-life Nile crocodiles living underneath it. Those crocodiles are larger and more aggressive than American alligators. It's going to be about 20 feet in length. These large jaws you see do have the capabilities of crushing the bones of their small prey. But once again, folks, they are real. This is not the jungle cruise. Yes, me, they always look hungry, so we're going to get out of here.
Come in.
Hey, Warden, this is number 1. You got any news for us? Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity in the red places. You definitely want to check out that area.
Roger that. In the meantime, folks, we are entering the savannah. Houses a totally different ecosystem. Speaking of different, on the right-hand side, there's a baobab tree. It's also known as an upside-down tree. I bet you can guess what we call it that. It stores water in its trunk during times of drought and is known to go leafless about 9 months of the year. This is my favorite view of the reserve. The Serengeti grasslands stretch for hundreds of miles across East Africa. It acts as a superhighway for millions of migrating animals every single year. And it's also home to some of the more famous residents in Africa, like lions, giraffes, and elephants. There are going to be some giraffes up ahead, I can see them. Now those big light tan antelope are Patterson's eland. They are the largest antelope in Africa. A full-grown male will weigh about 2,000 pounds and stand 6 foot tall at the shoulder. The dark brown antelope there are sable antelope. They're pretty special to us here at the reserve. They're actually the emblem you might have seen on our sign as we came in. Males and females both have those horns, and they're going to be about 5 feet in length. There are some reticulated giraffes that are on the right.
Look at the giraffe.
Now they get their name from the Latin word reticulata. It means net, referring to the net-like pattern on their coat. They are the tallest animals on the savannah. They're going to be about 18 to 20 feet tall. That's a really big one there on the right-hand side.
Look at them. You see
And then we
them?
will be able to get a little closer as well. There are some more way up around the corner as well. Been getting around there, so keep those cameras ready. Straight ahead of me, this weird cone-like structure of Earth. Somewhere around the corner, those are termite mounds. They're made from mud and saliva, but they are as hard as cement. Elephants really like to use them as scratching posts. They'll actually rub up against them until they wear them down to mounds like that on the right-hand side. Really tall when they're in front of me. I see you guys pack pretty lightly. Did they forget to tell you it's going to be 2 weeks? I didn't notice anybody had any food with them. Well, you're looking at dinner then. I make a pretty mean termites too, so.
Ava's going to get a real close-up on the left. Sitting down.
Hey, you see the giraffes a little bit? There's a couple of small ones laying down right in front of me there, the younger ones. Not to be biased, but these giraffes are my favorite animal here on the reserve.
Oh, Ava, look
Look at the dress now. Get her close.
Two smaller ones right here on the left, everybody. You can see little ones right there.
Look at the little one. Stand up.
Judging by the size of that little bitty one, I'd say about 4 to 5 months old.
Look. The baby. Look at the baby Annie. Look at baby Annie.
I see the elands again on the right as well. There's also another brown antelope there. It's 2 shades of brown, the little bitty one. That's an impala. Pretty athletic. They can actually jump distance of about 30 feet. The length of this truck. 2 more here on the left, everybody.
Look at the giraffe Annie.
Look at this one looking at you, Ava.
Look at Annie.
Oh, that's
You can see some more impala there. There's like little bitty guy with the black stripe there. That's a Thompson's Gazelle. They are full grown. They only weigh about 60 pounds, but they're very fast. They can actually run at speeds of about 50 miles an hour. And then the impalas. Now the gray antelope here are white-bearded wildebeest. They're also known as gnus. They take part in the largest migration in Africa. About 1.5 million will cross the savannah every single year. These big brownish red cows, those are Ankoli cattle. They're also known as Watusi cattle. They get their name from the African Watusi tribe that first domesticated them. Those horns will grow to be about 6 feet in length and about 20 inches around at the base. Very big. The horns are actually hollow as well. They have a lot of blood vessels that run through them. They will actually pump blood to those horns to cool their bodies off during the hot summer days. And a radiator for the cow. country. Over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid poachers may be in the reserve.
Oh no. Roger that, Wilson. We'll be sure to keep our eyes open. It doesn't sound very nice. All right, here on the left-hand side, this is called Monkey Point. It is home to a family of mandrills. We might see some running around up there. There's one right there climbing over the logs. They're a little tough to spot. A full-grown male will weigh about 100 pounds. Most dominant male will have the brightest colorations on his face and backside.
There's one over here too.
Oh, way back up at the top, look, there's an elephant right back up there.
There's an elephant.
There's an elephant way back there. See, way far.
Oh, I like this song. Oh, look, you can see a little bit better way up there. Hopefully, Wilson was right. There still are some elephants nearby. It's pretty tough to see if you get a good picture. I think we are pretty close to those red clay pits, so we're going to try it that way. Although that's the road we normally take, and it's closed. So, take a little bit of a detour here, I guess. Oh no. Alright guys, do me a favor, cross your fingers as we go over this bridge. I'm not quite sure how much more it can take. It doesn't look very good, so we're going to go kind of slow. Oh, it doesn't sound good either. Oh no! Oh, everybody lean to the right, folks. You're on the right, everybody. Okay. Go ahead and cross your fingers. Wait, don't tell me, I don't want to know. You should be thankful we made it across. We are here at the red clay pits, and it looks like Wilson was right. There have been some elephants nearby. I see some footprints along with tusk marks in the clay. Those elephants are pretty resourceful. They will actually eat this red clay to get essential nutrients they might be lacking in their diet. Look to the left, everybody. Look. See one over there? Full-grown male will weigh about 10 to 12,000 pounds. Females are a little smaller. They only weigh about 8,000 pounds.
There's an elephant.
What I think is pretty cool though is that both the male and female have ivory tusks. So look back, everybody. Although sadly it is those tusks that poachers want so bad. I heard we do have a team of scientists currently studying elephant vocal communication. What they're looking for is how those elephants interact with each other and what their basic needs are to survive. It's also we can better understand the elephants, hopefully better be able to protect them one day. So you do have what we call a matriarchal society. That's one in which a female is the leader of the herd. She knows where all the good watering holes are and will lead the entire herd to them during times of drought. It's no myth, elephants actually really do have a very good memory. They have a pretty long childhood. Calves usually stay with their mothers about 13 to 15 years before they either join the herd as an adult or move off on their own. That's why Wilson's a little worried. Typically, baby elephants don't stray far from their mothers at all.
Look at this water, this swamp that we're going through. Ava, look at this big swamp that we're going through.
We're driving through this water on the truck.
Look at this. You like it? Look at Ava, look.
Oh, these are greater flamingo here on the left. Their beautiful pink feathers actually come from their diet. That diet is rich in fried shrimp, and that shrimp has a lot of carotene in it. So this is what turns their feathers pink. The coloration starts at the base of the bird and works its way up, which usually explains why the head and neck are the last things to turn pink. Now we are heading into white rhino territory. White rhinos are one of the greatest success stories in Africa. They were actually hunted to near extinction for their horns, but with the help of anti-poaching and conservation laws, we weren't able to bring their numbers back up to sustainable levels. Sadly, the same can't be said for the black rhino. And keeping our eyes open because he's around here. Now, right up in front of me on the ground is a clutch of ostrich eggs. Those eggs weigh about 2 to 3 pounds apiece. Typically a mother isn't too far. However, if they are unfertilized, she will just lay them and then leave them alone. Ostriches are kind of like chickens in that they're constantly laying eggs. Not all of them have chicks inside of them, however.
I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
Roger that. Way up on the hill, laying down way back in the shade, I can spot a couple of cheetahs. They're all the way back at the top of the hill in the shade. I might be able to get us a little better view as I come around the corner here. You might see them a little better. Now, cheetahs are very fast. They can actually run at speeds of about 60 to 70 miles an hour. And unlike most big cats, they actually hunt by sight, not by scent. They also hunt mainly during the daytime as well. Now, if you look straight back to the left, they're kind of behind you. You can see them. They're kind of yellow, and they're back in the shade there. The sun is kind of hitting them at the moment, so they do blend in with the sunlight there. They're straight back at the top of the hill in the shade, though. Kind of tough to spot. Way back up there. Now there is a strange rock formation here around the corner. It's called the Okapis. It's a Swahili word. It means little head. They are a pretty common sight on the African savanna, and you can usually see some of the bigger cats like lions up there. There's a male right up there in front of the rocks, right through the tall grass. You see him laying down. Right up there. You see his mate. Right on top of those rocks right there. You see him.
See that lion up there?
Lions are one of the largest carnivores in Africa. And contrary to popular belief, female does most of the hunting. Oh, look, there's a female up there in the rocks, everybody.
Yeah.
You can see her leg and her tail propped up right there. Lions are very lazy. They actually sleep about 20 hours of the day. It's not unusual to see them they're taking a nap. Ooh, folks, look on the right-hand side. There are some white rhinos and a couple of ostriches.
Rhinos.
Now, those white rhinos are bigger than the black rhinos. Full-grown male will weigh about 4 to 5
Look at this
pounds.
ostrich. Look at that big ostrich right there.
See if we can see some more lines. I do too.
Okay, so another clutch that is in front of me here. Now the wide antelope you see are scimitar horned oryx. They get their name from the Middle Eastern sword of scimitar, referring to the curvature of them. Going to be about 42 inches in length. There's some more white rhinos there. Also, the dark brown antelope are bontabak. Sadly, they're almost extinct in the wild. You can really only find them on reserves like this one. Pretty rare.
There are poachers in the area.
No.
Can you help us cut them out?
Roger that. Hang on, you guys. This doesn't sound good. Oh, man. These gates should be closed. Hey, Wilson, we're at the crossroads. Those gates there have been smashed open. I bet that's probably how the poachers snuck inside. We're going to head in this way, see if we can head them off to you. Where do you want us to go? Over?
The poachers are heading east. Keep going and just drive them to my patrol. Over.
Oh, roger that. All right, everybody, hang on. It's going to get a little bumpy out here. I'm going to try and navigate as best as I can. All right, guys, we have left the reserve. Oh, no! Oh, gosh, is everybody okay? Oh, it's definitely poachers. Oh, we have left the reserve, so I really don't know what's out here either. Oh, man, straight ahead. Close to where the poachers camp, but it looks like we're too late. I see some tusky rhino horns.
Oh, not to worry. You drop them right into my patrol.
Roger that. Hang on, everybody.
But they will get far. We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now both safe. Other cats are now everywhere.
Caribou Sana Wilson, no problem.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
All right, roger that. Thanks so much, everybody, for all your help. Sadly, though, I am going to have to cut our 2-week safari just a little bit short. To be totally honest with you guys, I have no idea where we are. But Hakuna Matata means no worries. I'll just jog drop you off at the nearest warden's post. And from there, it'll be a short walk back to Harambe Village. No hurries and no worries here in Africa. If you liked what you saw, you might want to check out the Pangani Forest Exploration Trail. It's home to some western lowland gorillas, black and white colobus monkeys, and meerkats, just to name a few of the folk critters out there. Now here in Harambe, folks, we don't like to say goodbye to our new friends. That's just too final for us. We want you to come back and see us again, so instead we say Kwaharini. That means go well.
And ho!
Kwaharini, everybody.
Yeah, Booty, welcome back, everybody. Watch yourselves, have a great day.